Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, fighting has been made obligatory upon you, O believers, even though you hate it. And perhaps you dislike something which is good for you and like something which is actually bad for you. So you might hate something that is actually better for you, and you might want something or like something or love something which is actually worse for you, which is actually bad for you. And Allah knows and you do not know. So basically default back to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't know, that's why you are experiencing in a certain way. Now, of course, this is referring to, as the ulama mentioned, the Battle of Badr. The only other time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this language in the Quran is verse 19 of Surah An-Nisa, and it's in regards to divorce. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that, if a person is going to reach a point in which they have sort of met the end of their marriage, right, and they're running out of the quote-unquote, love bank inside of them for their spouse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِن كَرَهْتُمُوهُنْ فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلُ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. If you despise them, if you come to a place of disliking them, you may hate something which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually puts great blessing in. And so you can already see the connection between the two. That you might love something that is bad for you, you might hate something that is good for you. And in Surah An-Nisa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that which you actually hate might have a lot of blessing in it. So it's not even look at what you don't like and look at what you like. It is what you don't like actually may be the main source of blessing for you and what you will eventually come to love. Now here's what I want to focus on, bidnillahi ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes a connection between what you naturally hate and what you naturally love with what you know and you don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in these verses that the reason why you are experiencing what you are experiencing, the way you are experiencing it, is because you don't know what is really behind it. So, usually we talk about, look, in the matter of yusra, with hardship comes ease, there is light at the end of the tunnel. But what you're not realizing is there may be light in the moment that you are in. You simply can't see it. We usually talk about, this will pass. But what you might not realize is what you want to pass might actually be your greatest blessing. It might actually have the blessing in it at that moment. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also, as the ulama saying, making an excuse for us as human beings and saying that the reason why you cannot appreciate this is because you don't know what's actually happening. And so, of course, you're experiencing this particular moment, this particular episode of your life in this way, because you don't know any better. But you do know Al-Alim, you do know the one who knows all. And that should give you comfort, right? Knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows should give you comfort. And I'll end with